Friday saw another e-patch for computer players. This time, the Mean Sims bug is no more, and also a few other bugs. Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to my Sims 4 news video. So, the Sims Direct tweeted and shared on their Discord, "We've released a patch that contains fixes for overly mean Sims, inappropriate relationship and phone calls, and adoptions. These fixes are available now on EA App, Steam, and Epic Game Store, with the remaining platforms to follow next week." And I would take the remaining platforms to mean console, i.e. Xbox and PlayStation, because of course they need to get that approved, and I assume that they're going to get one update next week. So we got an update yesterday that was to fix the issue with the Parenthood UI and the crashing with that and whatnot, other issues. And then we got this today to fix these things. And I expect they'll get one update next week to fix everything. So it does link to the patch notes. So the patch notes essentially start with the same thing that they had already said on Twitter and on their Discord. Then it goes on to say, as usual, visit Answers HQ to share any issues with us. This is their primary source of information for troubleshooting and gathering information on player issues. So that is the best place to ask them or report any issues. If you follow them on other social media and say something there, that is not where it's gathered. This Answers HQ is the best place. So for the bug fixes, there were 3 for base game. Other Sims no longer are mean for no reason. And now this was like the most popular in terms of the most Me Too's on the bug report. So it, to me, is the biggest bug. But I had seen a few people say, oh, Thursday's hotfix fixed it, hotfix e-patch. Essentially, hotfix e-patch is just a patch that is focused on fixing one or a few issues like yesterday's and this one is, versus one that's broader that adds, a lot more bug fixes or some new content to the game. So anyways, so a lot of people were saying Thursday's e-patch, hotfix patch, that they fixed the issue, but it turns out that if you have the Lovestruck pack, it fixed the issue. The issue wasn't there with the Lovestruck pack. Now it's not there without the Lovestruck pack. So everybody has no mean Sims unless there's a reason, of course. You still would have it for certain reasons, but it shouldn't be happening just for no reason, destroying relationships. So yay for that. The next one is Sims who are related no longer form inappropriate relationships with each other through neighborhood stories with romance changes. So they had said they were going to make that a priority just because of the nature of it. So yeah, they fixed that. And there was another neighborhood story one that they said they were going to look into. I'm guessing they thought maybe it was, it could be fixed at the same time, but obviously it couldn't. And I think that fix is probably going to come with the next major game update, which per the laundry list, they had said the next one would be in 2 months, so i.e. September. So if they have the fix, that would be, I think, the earliest it would come. I'm not saying it'll be fixed in September. I'm just saying I think that's probably the earliest. And then the final one for base game was call adoption agency on the phone or computer now works properly. I had noticed that, I think after I did my video on Wednesday's hotfix. Essentially, Sims would call the adoption agency and they kind of start going to leave the property, but then they didn't and they would not adopt the child or whatever age. It doesn't matter. They just didn't do the adoption. So now that should be fixed. And there's even a bug fix for Lovestruck where Sims no longer receive inappropriate phone calls from relatives. And I kind of wonder that was similar to that middle issue there with the neighborhood stories, and they fixed them both at the same time, or maybe they were somewhat similar, but they're similar in terms of what they did. So they obviously focused on it to get it fixed. So, and as I said, I do think that next week the console players should probably get this all together. Now, I have my list of what you should do for, preparing or handling updates up. Just as an FYI, this was not a major update. It didn't even disable mods in this case. If you're a mods user and your mods have been cleared or updated, they should work with this new version, but not all mods have been updated yet. I know for a fact last I looked, that Turbo Drivers, 18 Plus Wicked Whims, or Wonderful Whims, neither of them have been updated, and they are causing issues. If you have the old version in and you've updated, you shouldn't. You should take them out. They're broken. So you probably don't need to move your mods folder to your desktop in this case if you know that the mods that are in there are cleared. But if you're having problems, because I see a lot of people commenting that, you know, their game isn't opening or they can't get into Create a Sim, it could and is probably mod related. The More Columns and More Traits mod were reported as causing this. There are new versions of both of them, updated versions since the update. More Columns came out earlier, More Traits just came out, so get those versions and that should help if they are the reason that you're having issues. But there are other mods that can cause it, especially mods that affect likes and dislikes, including the Wicked Whims and the Wonderful Whims, because they have that. But there are more than those that affect likes and dislikes. So those you need to have the updated versions of them. Otherwise, you will have these problems. And one place to look for mod news is either Luth over on EA Answer Headquarters. It's a pinned post in the mod issues section. There's a list tracking what's broken, what's been updated, what's been cleared, and also Scarlet has a list, and they will be both linked to down below if you want to check those out. Let me know if you were excited to see the patch today, because that was a pretty big issue that was causing a lot of disruption to a lot of people's saves. I'd love to know in a comment down below. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!